One of the things that I wanted to talk to you today about was stress, overwhelm, stress. We get really literally hundreds of emails every day of people saying, oh my God, I can't cope anymore. You know, I've been doing this and doing this and doing this, and nothing's working. I'm still stressed. I'm still kind of out of my element. It doesn't seem to be shifting. The world seems to be getting worse. What kind of things can you do to guide us through these interesting times?
I think first we have to identify what stress is. So stress right now is showing up in people's lives in every single area: relationships, health, finances. And more people are trying to navigate it through the common misconception that if I shift something outside of me, then I'll be peaceful. All the while missing the point that stress is in fact an internal reaction to an external stimuli or situation. And so what is the cause of stress? Stress is an overwhelm that occurs in the vibrational system. Our central nervous system gets overloaded, you know, and we then resort to three common behaviors: fight, flight, or paralysis. How we navigate that is, it differs, you know, per person. Some people are very tactile, so for some people it's about really getting in their bodies. Like right now, while you're watching this, feel your feet on the floor, you know, maybe rub your hands together, you know, just get present to the fact that you are actually in your body. What that does is it brings you into present moment awareness. Another great tool is just the awareness of your breath. Just the simple act of witnessing your breath. It's not weird. You can do it right now. You can do it anywhere. And the very second we make that shift into present moment awareness, into really choosing to be where we are, into living in the fullness of this moment, the experience of stress begins to dissolve. So it's not that stress is bad or wrong. Stress has a function. It allows us to stretch and grow. It just gets to a point where it's unworkable in individuals. And so stop, just slow down, take some breaths. Just commit to being to where you are right now. Just commit to being to where you are right now. And choose it. Come into the awareness of your body, come into the awareness of your breath. And everything almost immediately, right, just goes whoosh. Immediately there's just a calm. The central nervous system calms down. The body relaxes. And then we can be available. Then we can be present. Then we can live in this zero stress state of harmony. Yeah.
Is there something that you can assist our audience in doing?
Absolutely.
Around stress?
Yeah. So, Jennifer, stress is called the silent killer because most people are not aware of the fact that they're even stressed out, right? So the main principle that people even need to start feeling into is when they're stressed, right? So what happens? Tension in the jaw, tension in the body, tightness in the body, shallow breathing, right? In the presence of something outside of you, wanting to run away, that's stress. Freezing, when you're in a meeting all of a sudden, you know, and you're being asked to share about a particular topic or project, just freezing, stress. And then also anger is a great sign as well, that you're stressed.
Oh.
Yeah, so people do one of those three things. They get angry, they run away, or they freeze. Those are the three great precursors and three great signposts that in that moment you may be experiencing stress or overwhelm. Now what do we want to do? Well, depending on the kind of person you are, we want to offer you different ways to access that. One of the first things is just tactile. Like if you're in a meeting and you're sitting comfortably, you can just kind of rub your hands, you know, just feel your hands. Just get present to where you are now. The very second we start getting present to where we are now, we're coming back into our bodies, we're coming back into present moment awareness, and we're actually engaging in where we are. Second thing is to choose to be where you are right now. To remember that everything is working in your favor, right? All of a sudden you get a deadline, it's like, okay, I've got this deadline, I have to meet it. But guess what? It's leading me into more. So let me willingly participate in this moment and this experience.
That is a marked, different discernment.
Yes.
I'm willing to be in this moment and move through this and trust the timing.
Right. Let me willingly participate and contribute to what's happening. So all of me is on board, right, with what I'm being called to do. And then the third thing is just awareness of the breath. You know, and I keep pointing people to that because it's so simple. It's always there. In any given moment, you can just even stop, just slow down, and just take 3 deep breaths. And the very second you start coming back to that awareness and you start becoming aware of the breath, your whole central nervous system just chills out. Everything just dissolves, and then you can just be available. You know, stress impedes our creativity, it's impeding our well-being, and it's impeding our longevity. And all of these things are within our ability to navigate. All of it. It's in your hands. You've got the power to eradicate the experience of stress from your life.
It's so funny because I'm still feeling the audience.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling them being stressed out by how simple it is.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of them would be doing that.
What is that?
Yeah. And you know what? The funny thing is, people always say to me, is it really that simple? It's almost like they're shocked that it could really be that simple, and it is. And the simplest things that we do in life are the most powerful. They're the most powerful. It's always simple. You know, it's always those things that we can do in life immediately. Immediately, right? Just choosing to be where you are. Yeah. Simple.
So, you know, you and I come across lots and lots of skeptics.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at how many people are just not tapped in even a little bit. Mm-hmm. Most of the people I play with now are just tapped in. Mm-hmm. For those whose minds right now are going, what the hell is this? What can you say to them?
Hi! Glad you could join us. Welcome to the other side of the curtain. And now you've stuck your head through, you'll never be the same again. Right? You know, right now there's a greater collective urge that people have inside of them. And rationally, a lot of this doesn't make any sense. You know, it didn't make a lot of sense to us really, did it either, you know, when it first started happening. You know, the best that we could do was say, oh my God, my life's falling apart, right? I know there's something more, but I'm not sure how to access that more. And little by little, the people, the places, the situations and the circumstances began to arrive to call us into that more. It's like that loving finger that says, come on, it's okay, come play over here, right? Come play in possibility, there's more. And so for those people that have found their way here, first of all, it's not an accident, never an accident. Something within you is calling you into a greater expression. And what I would say is, what you're getting now is the whisper, right? Like this moment is the whisper. This moment, getting a peek into a life where you could be stress-free, getting a peek into a life where you could be infinite, where you could live, you know, embracing of all your limitations to where you're no longer stopped by them, is the whisper. Pay attention to the whisper. Listen, you know, don't wait for something greater to unfold in your experience before you make that greater shift into being who you are.